Hey guys, my name's Kevin. In today's lesson, we're going to check out Otis Redding's Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay. We're going to go through the strumming pattern, the chords, the form of the song, and have a lot of fun playing it. So get yourself tuned up and let's get started. Hey, before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel here. Click that alert bell so you know when the next video is coming your way. And if you would like more learning resources, song sheets, practice tracks, and more, head over to allforuke.com. We've got you covered. All right, before we get into the song form, let's check out the strumming pattern here. The pattern is down, mute, up, mute. So I'm using a G major chord here to demonstrate this. So I'm just basically starting off here, my hand above the strings, going down. And then my second strum is also going to be a down strum for this muted strum. So I do that again, and I can either use the palm mute here with my fretting, or with my strumming hand rather, or I can use the string muting technique here with my fretting hand, which I would just take my hand here and touch the strings with it rather than compressing down the chord. So when I compress down the chord, you hear the notes. When I decompress, but I'm still touching the strings here, it's a muted strum. So I have a full video that talks all about muting and how to mute each individual chord. I'll leave a link in the description for that, but I wanted to kind of just give you a little briefing on muting here because we're going to use it throughout the duration of this tutorial. So we have down, mute, and then our next two strums are up. So we have up, and then our final strum is another mute. Now the way that I would count that strumming pattern is 1, 2, and 4. So essentially it's down, down, up, down, but we're just putting those mutes in there. So if it helps you to count this as you do it, I think it's really going to be helpful for you. So let's just try that together. Just the strumming pattern here, holding down a G chord, and I'll just say the pattern, and I'll kind of implant that little counting as we go as well. So here we go with a 4 count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. So that's the strumming pattern that we're going to use throughout the song, except for the bridge. There's a little variation that I'll show you when we get there. But if you need to spend some time just working on this strumming pattern, I encourage you to do so. It's helpful to kind of get yourself into the rhythm of the song before you kind of start tackling all of the chord progressions. So spend a little time with it, and now let's check out the intro. All right, so let's get into it here. The intro section, well, we already kind of just played the intro section. So for the intro of this song, we'll just play the G chord 4 times through the strumming pattern. So you'll see that on the song sheet and in the play along at the end of the video. So let's move along now into the verse. And I'm gonna play that for you, and then we're gonna go through the chords and play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes. So how did we do that there? So the chords that we're going to use, well, the first one you already know. This song starts with a G chord, and the verse starts with a G chord as well. So we have a G chord, and then we're going to move to a B7. So for the B7, what I like to do here, and this is going to make all of this muting stuff that we're doing a lot easier because we're already covering all the strings. We're going to bar the 2nd fret with our index finger, put our middle finger on the C string on the 3rd fret. There's our B7 chord. And then we move to a C7 chord. So nice easy move here, and this is going to happen in all of the verses. You're going to just take this B7, slide it 1 fret over. So now I'm barring the 3rd fret with my index, and my middle finger is on the C string on the 4th fret. There's our C7. And then our 4th chord that we need is an A7, which is just index finger on the C string of the 1st fret. So we do each of those 1 time through the strumming pattern. So now that we've got the chords, let's put that together with the strumming pattern. Here we go, starting on a G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, mute, up, mute. Down, mute, up, mute. Down, mute, up, mute. Down, mute, up, mute. Down, mute. right, let's get into the chorus, my favorite part of the song here. So I'm going to demonstrate this, and then we're going to learn the chords and play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. All right, so the new chords that we need for the chorus section are E major and A. So the E major chord we can play a couple of different ways. My preferred way to play it is with the ring finger barring the G, C, and E string, and my index on the A string of the 2nd fret, and then my ring finger would be here on the 4th fret. Or I play it with middle, ring, and pinky on the 4th fret, G, C, and E string, with my index on the A string 2nd fret. So there's a couple different ways to play that. I will give you the option, if you want to substitute an E7 for this, if that's easier for you, you can play an E7 chord here, which is index on the G string 1st fret, middle on the C string 2nd fret, and ring on the A string of the 2nd fret. So if you'd like to do that, it's going to change it slightly, but it'll probably sound okay since we're playing a lot of dominant 7th chords anyway. And the second chord we need is an A major chord, which looks a lot like our A7 chord, but we're just going to add our middle finger here to the G string on the 2nd fret, keeping our index on the 1st fret of the C string. So that A major sounds like this. So we have an E major chord, an A chord, and a G chord here for this section. So now let's put this together and strum the chorus. So follow along on the blue bar below, and I will talk us through this here nice and slow. So starting on the G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, mute, up, mute, E, G, back to E, then G, to the A, back to G, then finish on E. Are you in the market for a new uke? Maybe for a friend, maybe as a gift, maybe for yourself? Head over to allforuke.com/shop. We've got a wide selection of kala ukuleles, accessories, books, and more. All right, so now I'm going to demonstrate the bridge section, and then we're going to talk about the chords and the little strumming variance that happens here in this section. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. All right, so a little variance here that happens in the beginning of the bridge section. So we're going to change up the strumming pattern a little bit. We start on the G chord. Instead of doing our normal strumming pattern, we're just going to do down, down, up. So it's half of the strumming pattern. And then we move to a D chord, which is a new chord in this section. So that's middle, ring, and pinky on the G, C, and E strings here of the 2nd fret. And we do the same thing there. We do down, down, up. So we have G, D, and then we go to a C chord, which is a new chord for this section as well. Ring finger on the A string of the 3rd fret. And we're going to go through a full time through the island strum here. So it's down, down, up, down, up. I'll also leave that strumming pattern on the song sheet for you. So that first little part here is down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now at the very end of the bridge, we go over here to an F chord. So the F chord is played with middle finger on the G string 2nd fret, index on the E string of the 1st fret. Now when we hit this F chord, we're just going to go to a straight down-up strumming pattern, and that's just counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this is going to kind of give us this feeling that we're kind of building out of the bridge section. So when I play the F chord, I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I move to a D major chord from there, which we just learned, and we do the exact same thing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So for the consolidated version of this here, we're just going to go through the G, D, C move and then go right to the F at the end where we play the down, up, down, up, down, up thing. So we're just going to do this little consolidated version here, nice and slow, and then you're going to have a chance to play this whole thing together at the end here. So let's start here on the G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, up. All right, so we're going to do a consolidated play along of this one, the intro, verse, chorus, and bridge. We're going to have a full play along available at allforuke.com for family members. If you guys want to check that out, we'll have that. And we also have a song sheet for this one as well, if you'd like the lyrics and chords, everything lined up nice for you with the strumming pattern. So I'm going to count us in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4 to the verse. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and I watch them roll away again. To the chorus, I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. To the bridge, looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Thanks so much for learning this one with me today, guys. Otis Redding's Sitting on the Dock of the Bay is a great song to work on a variety of different techniques, including muting and kind of extending your chord palette. So I appreciate you watching. If you guys have any comments, please leave them below. Let me know where you're playing this song around the world. And if you have other song suggestions, I'm all ears. I'd love to hear from you. My name's Kevin. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
This sunny day